Hey guys, it's James, and I just saw the movie Baby Driver, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. It's the latest film directed by Edgar Wright, who's known primarily for his collaborations with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg for the Cornetto trilogy, as they call it, and he also did Scott Pilgrim. Now, Baby Driver is a movie about a young man who goes by the name Baby, played by Enzo Elgort, who is probably the best getaway driver there is, and he's under the employ of Kevin Spacey, who puts him onto these getaway heists as more of a way to pay off a debt to him. Now, Baby has severe tinnitus, so he has to listen to music to block it out, so he can pay attention to people. Now, he's also a guy that lives in two worlds. So the first world is where he's a getaway driver for, as I said, Kevin Spacey, and he's trying to get out of that. The second world is the world outside the heist, where he comes home to a old man he takes care of who's deaf and elderly and whatever, and he meets a girl named Deborah, played by Lily James, who he sees as a future, as a way to get past the getaway driving and maybe start a new life. Now, before he can start that new life, he's got to get the heist done, and along the way, he is placed into crews with, say, Jamie Foxx, who plays Bats, who's kind of a cold-blooded killer type. John Hamm, who's also who's a professional criminal as well, and John Bernthal, who has odds with me because he's always listening to the music and he doesn't believe that he's paying attention or he's too serious about it. So eventually the two worlds have to collide, because that's the way it happens in these movies, where you can't just live in each little fantasy and they can't keep it separated. So when this scene happens, it's probably the most tenseful scene in the film, as as it happens, and as Baby's trying to figure out a way to just so they don't intermesh, or more or less. So the film is kind of a departure for Edgar Wright, because it's less comical and more of a serious one. It does have its touches, like in the beginning of the movie. It seems more like it's in tune with his sensibility, but it seems to me he's trying to stretch out, and she's trying to go a little bit deeper, and instead of like the genres like he used to, or he's used to doing that. It's not saying he's not going to do it again, but it's more. I think he probably challenged himself to make it more a film that could live in a real universe instead of a more hyper reality. But that's not to say he doesn't have the Edgar Wright touches, like the action scenes and whatever, the car chases, the pursuits, everything more or less has his stamp on it, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. But action aside, though I do like the action in the movie, I like the car chases, the pursuits and whatnot. I found myself more into the story beneath it, more of the characters, because I'm kind of evolving that way more than I have been. So I like the whole worlds intermixing more than I do, say, a car doing a 180 or whatever. It's just, that's where the suspense in this movie lies for me, where as you see the worlds colliding, and each one more or less unraveling, and he's trying to figure out how to get a future out of one or the other, more towards the one with Deborah, and he wonders if there can be a future, but that's hit to find out in the movie. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it's one of the best films I've seen this year. I don't think Edgar Wright can really do that much wrong. So yeah, I'll give it my thumbs up. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.